beginning to look a lot like Disney. What's going on, everybody? WDW After Dark is live and uncensored. The last show of the year, this being recorded on December 19th of 2014. Welcome to the program, Disney fans, one and all. This is your weekly live and uncensored look into the world of Disney, Marvel, Lucasfilm, and there's plenty of stuff to talk about as we wrap up the year in Disney 2014. Your talking heads are here once again to talk about the year in review. We're here joined by our illustrious panel, Mr. Jeff Disney Davis, the news monster himself. Welcome to the program.
Aljon, happy Kwanzaa, sir. How are you?
Happy Hanukkah, Jeff. 8 crazy nights.
Right, yeah. Yeah, what's going on?
Light the candle on the menorah. How are you? Did you finish all your holiday shopping already?
No, well, I knew you were going to ask me that. No, not even close. Not even close.
Not even
close. I guess I'll have to. Yeah, I know.
Uh-oh.
I have 2 sisters that are the worst in the world to shop for because they already buy everything. So I have to go and buy for them this weekend. So no big deal.
Oh, that's not
I
good.
get it done. I'm
No
a
big
trooper,
deal? Okay, well,
warrior. I will get it done. So
you are a warrior. You're a Klingon warrior.
Kapla.
Nice.
Oh, just nerd alert on that. Oh my gosh, jeez.
Talk.
Before Kapla would get stuck in the mix here.
I'm sorry. I was watching Enterprise last night before I went to bed. So
Good for you.
Yeah. Anyway.
Enterprise was great. Scott Bakula was in it.
Yeah.
And Kristen likes Scott Bakula, so that's good.
Good show.
Speaking of Kristen, here she is. Kristen Hoetzel herself, the Disney foodie. Hello, Kristen. What is going on? She's locked up or something?
Total silence. Oh, there she is.
Oh, there she is. Yeah. All of a sudden, like your avatar just locked into place, and you have a look of surprise in your mouth.
It keeps doing something weird on my end.
Yeah, it's locking up a little bit here on my end as well. Who knows what's going on? Who knows?
Gremlins.
It is. It you know what it is? Every time WDW After Dark goes worldwide. And we go live and uncensored.
I know,
all of a sudden the gremlins start working out,
Yeah.
Well, speaking of gremlins, here he is. He knows how to take care of the gremlins, not to feed them after midnight, keep them away from water. Mr. Eric Thunderbeaver Allen, happy holidays, sir.
Happy winter solstice to you too, buddy.
He's also locked up. I tell you what, it's so good. Yeah, happy Festivus for the rest of us.
Exactly.
So, Eric, in terms of, you are our video game expert.
Yes.
There was a bunch of great big news, and I think it's pretty obvious what the big news in video games is. I tell you what we can do, gang. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and talk about the Disney news with our very special, now get this, listen to our new sound effect, Disney Headline News. And now with the news, Mr. Jeff Disney Davis.
Well, thank you.
Like that?
Thank you, Commander Adama. I appreciate that. Or
Wait,
Admiral
hold
Adama.
on. What? Hold on a second. Live from the WDW After Dark newsroom, it's Jeff Davis.
Is that the theme song to Battlestar Galactica that I hear? Oh my gosh!
Absolutely not. This is our new news stinger.
Oh, I love it.
Wait, hold on. With the weather, Eric Thunderbeaver Allen. Disney Headline News.
Well, I can tell by the weather by looking out my freaking door. It's cold, and it's dark.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Meanwhile, at the Disney Springs foodie protest, Kristen Hoetzel is live.
Oh my!
They are blocking the interstate on I-4 right now in Orlando. Oh, okay. Well, I tell you, it has been a big year. This is the year in review of 2014. A lot of stuff happened in the world of Disney, the parks in particular, and with the park highlights, Mr. Jeff Davis.
Park highlights. If I were to only pick one highlight from the Okay, well, I'll just go over a few of the highlights from 2014, when it comes to theme parks. Starting off the year was interesting because we had the very final performance of the Celebrated Dream Come True parade. A lot of people were happy and sad to see that go, in a way, I guess you could say. But, it made way for a very nice replacement there in the Magic Kingdom. That was pretty good. Oh, let's see. What else can I think of? This was a big one. January the 6th, it was announced, and it happened, that Camp Mini Mickey at Disney's Animal Kingdom closed its doors to make way for Pandora, the world of Avatar. And people still to this day are kind of going, just don't like it all that much. Like Kristen, for instance.
Does that deserve a fail whale?
It does. Kristen despises and loathes the fact that Pandora, the world of Avatar, is coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom. She could care less.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
She still, after
Whatever.
almost a year now, she just doesn't get it. It's just not for her, I guess. I don't know.
I'll wait and see what happens. All I can say is it better be better than Harry Potter.
Oh, well.
Otherwise.
Well, that's hard.
That's a tough one. But the thing is, from the way Bob Iger described it, and you guys talked about this last week on the show, he got to ride one of the prototypes to one of the attractions, and he said there is nothing else like it, ever. A fantastic experience. So they've obviously got some good stuff to look forward to. So that went on.
Suck.
Yeah, let's hope not. Then we had the Festival Fantasy Parade that replaced Celebrated Dream Come True, which was a big one for a lot of people. And we had a few things happen as far as opening of attractions, like at the Magic Kingdom. They opened up the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train back on May the 28th, which everybody just went absolutely nuts for, and was, golly, in my opinion, a fantastic addition to the Magic Kingdom. Not that we didn't like Snow White,
it just went ape crap.
Scary Adventures. What's that?
I said they just went ape crap over it.
Pretty much, yeah.
I was going to say it caught on like wildfire.
You know what? That's probably a little bit later on in the headlines, I'm thinking. But you're right.
It's called
You're skipping ahead. You're skipping ahead.
And don't get me wrong. Eric's not being a smartass. It's actually, he's absolutely right. It's the truth. I mean, literally.
Yes. I am definitely being a smartass because that is my nature.
It is your nature, yes. And then back on August the 30th, so many people were so upset to hear that the American Idol experience closed its doors for good, forever. Goodbye, so long. We enjoyed your stay at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Yeah.
Did any of you guys actually go watch that?
People were upset at that? Name 3 of them. That's what I thought.
If we took a poll over on Facebook, we could probably find a few. I'm just guessing.
I'm sure there was.
But he wanted that.
We all knew it was coming. We all knew that was going to happen because we know that American Idol is on its last legs as far as the television series goes. But they're making this year a big deal for whatever reason. I don't think it's going to be any different from any other year. But once we hit in 2014, once we hit September, that's when things really, really started getting interesting at Walt Disney World, I think. Because as of September the 27th, we found out that the studio backlot tour closed at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and then all these different things started happening, and a lot of different talk started going into Star Wars land, and so many other different rumors that kind of flew around the internet, and message boards, and on Facebook and Twitter and everything else. Still don't know exactly what they're going to do with that area. It's just going to be sitting there collecting dust until Disney decides to let us know what they have probably already planned. And then also during the fall months and late summer months, we find out about Maelstrom closing at Epcot to make way for a brand new attraction to The last time I have to say this, the popular Disney animated film Frozen. How many times do we have to let it go? Well, it's not going to be anytime soon, but that happened. One of the other big things that happened at Walt Disney World was the announcement that Off Kilter was no longer going to be performing there in the World Showcase. And people just lost their minds. Petitions were signed. I'm surprised they weren't out there with, signs up, trying to block the entrance to whatever. And they decided to replace those guys with lumberjacks as the new, Canadian show, I guess you could say. And they decided to take away Mo Rockin'. They decided to take away the Fife and Drum Corps there in America, as far as the that goes. And they even laid a wreath at the stage of where Off Kilter used to play, which is just
crazy.
It is. That is a bit much. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand the online petitions and the phone calls and Facebook pages, but really, there is such a thing as showing too much support for them. And I think
There is.
that
There really is. I agree with you.
because we have aired the Lumberjack show that replaced it here on the show.
Yeah.
And granted, it's not, if it had not followed up such a popular group, there may have been a few more people liking it. But I'm sorry. That's just, you just don't do that. Because even, they're up there, they're performing their best. They can't help if they've been given a crappy show concept. And you're standing up there, you're chopping logs and you're sawing and you're throwing axes, and here comes Joe Goob out of the crowd and just lays a wreath down. That I would hate to be one of those guys on stage when that happened.
Kristen, you saw the show yourself, and what were your thoughts on the show?
I don't think it's all that bad. I mean, personally, it looks a little scary to me because they are standing on a log chopping it. And the whole time I'm sitting there watching that section of the show, I'm thinking, oh, please don't cut your foot off, because I totally would chop right through my leg.
There's a reason you're not a lumberjack, Kristen.
Yeah, right.
Yes, there is. There's a reason that the only sharp object I handle is a chef's knife. Other than that, nothing.
And even then.
But I thought the show was entertaining.
Yeah.
And Disney has to change things up. We also don't know whose decision it was. Maybe the band decided they didn't want to sign another contract with Disney, and that was part of it. Mo Rockin' has needed to have been left a long time ago. It has not been the same since the original singer/writer left. So that to me is no surprise, and it's been a while since there's been a crowd in front of that stage. But we don't know why Off Kilter left. I mean, there could be so much more to it than just it being on Disney's side. It could be the band side of it. But I'm as much as I liked Off Kilter, I am glad to see something new come to the stage, and something actually Canadian. I mean, the one guy even said that his grandfather played for the Maple Leaf. So, I mean, they're actual Canadians, not from America or Scotland. So.
Yeah. Well, only time will tell if this show.
Everybody is so hesitant to change of anything that it's kind of a shame for anything new that comes, because people don't want to give it a chance. And I'm sure the locals feel a little bit different because they're at the parks all the time, so change is good for them. And I like to see new things come. Some things Disney should have just left alone, because what replaced it was not so good, like Stitch, but
I have to wonder if they decide that the Lumberjack show, is not a success, if they would put together a off-kilter-esque type of Canadian tribute band to perform on that stage again, and see how well that band is received.
Dude, you and I both
if
know.
they did a Canadian band, there is plenty of Canadian musicians that you can have on that stage, like kind of like a British Revolution,
William
but
Alanis Morissette,
Canadian
Bryan
band.
Adams.
You and I
You were
both
saying, Eric? I'm
know-
sorry. Go ahead.
You and I both know that if the Lumberjack show does not succeed, all they're going to do is replace it with something with Anna and Elsa. I'm just saying.
Nickelback. Nickelback's
I think
Canadian.
Oh my God, Nickelback.
I didn't say it
know
was
that I
good
would rather have
Canadian.
Anna and Elsa.
Here it comes. Your favorite band, Jeff, just got
right.
put in the ruins by Kristen. Oh, damn, Chad Kroger.
Damn it.
All right. Okay, Jeff. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That
That's right.
probably raised the most flags of any type of change. I think was the Maelstrom that you're going to get to, and the off kilter.
Yeah, those two really just it changed a lot in the Disney community, and the people that are usually quiet sometimes and never really say that much really came out of the woodworks and voiced their opinion as to what they thought was the right thing to do and the wrong thing to do. And we've learned over the years that we need to trust Disney's judgment. They know what they're doing. They know the direction that they need to take things, and there may be some hiccups on the way when these changes are made. Yes, maybe the Lumberjacks were not the best choice to replace Off Kilter with, but who's to say that starting in February of 2015 that something totally brand new gets to that area and things change once again for that small stage there in the World Showcase. And when it comes to Maelstrom closing down, who's to say when this new Frozen attraction opens up that people are going to just forget the name Maelstrom all completely and be totally immersed in everything that Disney has done to develop and imagine what this Frozen attraction is going to be for everybody. So we really just have to sit back, relax, and let Disney Imagineers, let Disney corporate and everybody higher up, let them do their jobs, let them make the changes that they feel they need to. Once they're done and once we actually see what they're offering and what we're getting to experience, then voice your opinion as much as you can. Give it a chance before you actually axe it, and just send it down into the pit of attraction hell that a lot of people have, saved on their laptop or on their tablet as stuff that they hate at Walt Disney World,
Wait, Jeff, do you have a
It's
pit of
going to be in
attraction
my
hell?
hate list forever because there is no such place in Norway. That's my issue with it.
Do we know that for sure?
Well, they're recreating. Well, I guess you do. In the press release, it said that they are recreating Arendelle, correct? In the press release.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, maybe if Norway would have stepped up.
If they did not sit on their butt, maybe that would have been the case. Yeah. Very much so.
Let's look at this real quick. I mean, yeah, you have Mexico that has stepped up. You have Morocco, which has stepped up. And what I mean stepping up, they've recently done a restaurant addition or a big refurbishment or changing out entertainment. And then you look at Norway and not so much.
Yeah.
Not so much. So we'll see.
I mean,
and
at
everyone
least the
knows.
Black Forest is real.
Real plastic, at least over there.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah.
I mean, you could really create a Snow White attraction because there really is such a thing as the Black Forest.
Right.
That's my issue. But enough about that.
I'm not going to knock it until I get to try it and see exactly what they implement into the attraction.
Knock it.
But aside from Maelstrom and Frozen and Off Kilter, we also saw the implementation of Starbucks locations coming into the Walt Disney World Resort. We saw one at the Magic Kingdom. We saw at Epcot, Disney's Hollywood Studios, and just recently it was announced that there will also be a location over at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Creature Comforts is going to be closing down on January the 5th, and we will see Starbucks entering the Animal Kingdom now. So you'll have representation in all 4 theme parks where you can get your coffee. Lots of people really, really happy to see Starbucks in there. Because I think Disney changed.
What confuses me, Jeff and Kristen and Eric, is that you have Disney working with Starbucks, bringing it in, and I imagine it's purely a profit move on their part. Yeah. Whereas they are also bringing in Joffrey's, a local coffee business from the Florida area. How does that work?
It works because with Joffrey's, I believe, isn't that the type of coffee that is offered in room now? Because a lot of your rooms do have coffee makers and everything. I think that is the brand that you use in room. Now, when it comes to in the parks,
but they also sell it in the parks.
Yeah, I was just about to say they're also selling it in the parks, but yet you've got Starbucks, which is an extreme contradiction in my book. If you do Starbucks, then sell nothing but Starbucks, and leave Joffrey's to the resorts only. Type of situation. Maybe there's something in a clause in the contract or whatever. Who knows what it might be. But I'll be honest, Joffrey's is not the best tasting coffee to me. It does not appeal to me. I don't know what it is. I like the other brand they had before. I don't like this one. But
really, see, I like Joffrey's better.
Everybody's got their own taste, Proof positive right here on the show.
Maybe they should have named it Jeffries instead of Joffrey's, and that would have worked, Maybe that would have worked a little bit better. I don't
Jeffrey
know.
Davis's coffee.
Jeffrey's coffee,
Jeffrey's coffee. Yeah.
So,
with that muffin.
We did have another closure over at Disney's Hollywood Studios, The Legend of Captain Jack Sparrow, which I believe had about maybe close to right at a 2-year run, I believe. It started in November 2012 and then closed down in November 2014, which a lot of people did. I enjoyed it. I got to see it on my last trip. Wasn't too bad of an attraction. Later on, like this month, no longer can you see Daisy Duck over at the Animal Kingdom. Tarzan made a return to Disney's Animal Kingdom, and now you can see Tarzan. I wonder if he's eating
bananas with the banana skin on still.
I don't know. I'm sure he's popular with the ladies. He's very popular with the ladies, So, what else?
Them dreads, man.
Dreads and packs, man. I'm telling you.
Oh.
We saw the departure of Mickey's Jam and Jungle Parade there at Disney's Animal Kingdom with no announcement of any type of parade replacing it, but you may want to count the Rivers of Light, which I believe is coming soon as well. Is it 2015 or 16 that Rivers of Light are coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom?
Yeah, I think it's 16.
16 maybe?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was, and they didn't even bring out the Jingle Jumble Bumble Sumble Crumble parade that they do during the holidays. They didn't even bring that one out. It's it's completely and totally gone. So, yeah, just a lot. Like I said, a lot of different things happened at the parks, but when it comes to the closures that you saw at Disney's Hollywood Studios and the ones over at Epcot, I think those got the most attention out of all of them in 2014. And with the D23 Expo coming up this year in August of 2015, we can only imagine, and Aljon, you commented on this 2 weeks ago, where you said you are a firm believer that you think they are going to be announcing some type of Star Wars land at the expo, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
I think they might do a little bit of an attraction reveal at Star Wars Celebration, but they're going to leave the big park news for D23.
yeah.
Just my thought. So, well, thank you. That's good stuff.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And that is the Disney park stuff. Kristen, the year in Disney food continues with you. What do you say?
Oh, let's see. Disney food. Well, Cuisine by Catcora closed at the end of September to make way for a new restaurant, which is Trattoria Al Forno, which features Italian cuisine, and it just opened maybe 4 days ago, something like that, 2 days ago. It's brand new restaurant. Raphael from the Mouse has already been there and posted a ton of photos on his Instagram, and I'm like, this so sucks. I want to live closer because the food looks so amazing, and the restaurant looks beautiful. So
Italian
it's
fare.
on my yes, it's Italian. It is a must-do on my next trip. So
Yeah, I can't wait to eat there.
I've got a little more than 2 months before I get to eat there, but that can't come soon enough. I
can't wait to eat it either.
just hope it's as good, if not better, than Cuisine, because I like Cuisine. I know Eric did, because he dined there a couple times too.
Oh yeah, best steak I ever had in my mouth.
Awesome. We can't go wrong with Kat Cora. She's an excellent celebrity chef.
Yes, she is.
It's sad to kind of see her go because I really like that restaurant too. It was a fun place, definitely for families. Great place for families.
Let's see. Also, big news would be that Club 33 had undergone refurbishment at the beginning of the year and reopened in July. We have to find a way, Aljon, to get in there. When we go to Disneyland this August for D23.
I'll figure something out.
Yeah, we get like 7 months to start working on this. So,
yeah, I'll figure something out.
Let's see. Actually, the restaurant opened yesterday. I just looked.
Okay.
Get my days confused. Also, big information had to do with Disney Springs. I mean, we've seen there's so much construction going on there. It's insane. But there's been an announcement of a few restaurants coming to it. One is celebrity chef Masaharu Morimoto, which people may know from the Iron Chef. He was on the original show as well as Iron Chef America, and he is opening a restaurant called Morimoto Asia, which will have Pan-Asian cuisine. Then is also the Boathouse. Now, this restaurant you can see a lot of it being built in the structures if you go to downtown Disney. You can tell where that's going to be, right near Raglan Road. But it's going to be an upscale waterfront dining experience with live music, guided tours aboard the captain's piloted 40-foot Italian water taxi. So that looks really, really cool. And but one of the best things is the restaurant's open until 2 a.m. So if you're hungry, you can get steak, seafood, all of that good, yummy stuff very late at night. Now, I just read earlier this week, there's no word yet on what the deal is with it, but Raglan Road's owners have recently submitted to be able to build. So it looks like there's a possibility of another Raglan Road or whatever. It's not going to be, I can't imagine it's going to be Irish since you have such a big amount of Irish restaurant right there. So I don't know what it could be.
Well, I guess we'll find out for sure.
But it looks
Coming
like
soon.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you like to see it be?
Whew. Man, I'm sure anything that the owners of Raglan Road, uh, whatever they create, is going to be off the charts. I mean, everyone knows that that is probably my favorite, most consistent, and my favorite restaurant of all a Disney property. So, and it's a Disney must-do for me every time. So whatever they do, I'm sure will be great. Eric, what do you think?
I'd love to see them bring in a Guatemalan version of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Oh wait, that's been done already, hasn't it?
That's pretty good.
Actually, I'm trying to think. I, of course, since my favorite place to eat on Disney property would, of course, be Beer Garden. There's a part of me that would love some other German place, but really, what if they went somewhere that hasn't been brought onto Disney property before? What if they had, like, well, I was about to say like a Greek place, but then again, that would have been Cuisina. Maybe more Mediterranean, or heck with it, bring in a Brazilian steakhouse, for crying out loud.
I could see that.
Now,
Totally.
Brazilian steakhouse, that would be a cool concept to have.
Mm-hmm.
I am surprised that Disney does not have one.
Yeah, the closest thing they have to the Brazilian steakhouse is Ohana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff, how about you? What do you think would open up close to Raglan Road?
Now, is this for like the Disney Springs area you're talking about?
Yeah. They have submitted for, I guess, building permits for that area.
Gee whiz. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Throw an Applebee's in there. I don't have a clue.
Applebee's in there.
I really just don't know. I mean, I don't have an answer for that, to be honest with you. I don't know what they should put in that area. I really don't.
Another themed restaurant. I like the whole Brazilian steakhouse thing.
Okay, well, if you're going to go with themed type of restaurant, I like Brazilian. Yeah, that's
that's meat, baby.
Yeah, that's good meat too. Yeah, definitely.
Meat on a stick.
On a stick.
Another thing that'd be good is a true tapas bar.
Right.
Did you say a true topless bar or a tapas bar?
It's gonna be a
tapas.
I sure don't want a topless bar in Disney.
Hi, Musketeers! Get ready to see the girls!
I'd love to have a corn dog and a table dance, thank you.
corn dog. There's a little cheese in my macaroni, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it could be a tilted kilt. That would be kind of cool, right? Put a tilted kilt next to.
Cool. Hey, you could have off
Road.
kilters being your live entertainment.
Oh, good choice. I like that.
There you go. Eric for the win. And we're done. Bye-bye. 2014 is done. That's awesome.
Wow.
That's good stuff. Well, Kristen,
there is one other restaurant, though, that was announced. It's STK. They're a modern steakhouse that has a sleek lounge-type atmosphere to it. And it's also going to be opening in the Landing as well. It says it's going to be one of the largest locations. Apparently, this is a chain. And it's going to be one of the largest locations in the world. It's going to be 14,000 square feet, two-story building.
Isn't there an STK in Las Vegas? I think there it is.
Wasn't that
I've never been to Las Vegas, so I couldn't say yay or nay on that.
STP.
Yeah. Well, that sounds. I tell you what, Disney Springs is shaping up to be a really cool place. The parking structures, is up. One of the parking structures, anyway. So, I'm looking forward to going back. I can't wait for these new restaurants. Well, Kristen, thank you for that. I know that food trucks are making a big return over there at the Disney Springs area.
That's the other thing I was missing. The food trucks opened.
Yeah, better late than never in terms of that trend. So that's good. Good for them.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Mr. Eric Allen, you are the video game man.
Video game man! Where's my sticker?
Seems to me like there was only one really big story.
Well, there's one that came out just within the past few days. And for Disney video game fans, this is still kind of a big story. Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Remix is now available for PlayStation 3 exclusively. Now, this is a confirmation. It's new to North America. It's been in Japan for quite a while. It contains Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, which has some extras from Kingdom Hearts 2, plus Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories bundled in together, along with Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix. Now, these have HD remastered cinematics, and it goes into the origins of Kingdom Hearts. You choose between 3 Keyblade Masters, Terra, Ventus, or Aqua, and their journeys will link everything back to the beginning. You'll also get, not only the graphics have been completely overhauled, but Kingdom Hearts Recoded is also in there, and it has been converted into high-def remastered cinematics as well. So that is now out for PlayStation 3 exclusively. It's running right in the neighborhood of $39, $40, depending on where you get it. But, of course, like you said, the big story in terms of video games broke back in September when Disney Infinity 2.0 was released. It was released on September 23rd. It was the 9th best-selling game of the month. And that sounds kind of bad until you realize it was released at the end, and most of them were released at the beginning. It sold the best on the Xbox 360, followed by the PlayStation 3. Disney has not released actual sales, to my knowledge, but they expect Disney Infinity and Disney Infinity 2.0 to generate over $1 billion worth of sales. Now, I got to ask you a question. Jeff, I know you've seen it. I know you got it for Black Friday, did you not?
I got it, but I haven't gotten to do anything with it. I won't get to until Christmas morning. So.
Okay. Well, I know that you've seen it. Aljon, you've seen it. Kristen, you've seen it as well.
Yeah.
I want to take a wild guess from each one of you. Which figure out of this go-around do you think sold the best? What was the most popular?
Most popular figure in the set?
I would think
so
most popular figure in 2.0.
I would think it would be a Marvel character, right?
Which one?
Am I getting close?
You see my poker face. There's nothing.
I'm going to go ahead and say Rocket Raccoon.
Okay, that's one.
I would say Rocket Raccoon as well. Yeah. Kristen loves Rocket. Who was it?
Wait, repeat the question because it was breaking up. The most popular. Does it have to be Marvel or any?
The most popular figure for 2.0 so far. I have to say I have to say so far because there are still some more that have not been released. But to date, who do you think?
See, I'm gonna have to go with the same. I'm gonna have to go with Rocket.
Well, you're all right because he is, according to unofficial numbers, because Disney has declined to provide actual sales figures. Rocket sold almost twice as much as the two most popular from the original. And those were Mike Wazowski and Elsa. So think about this.
I've got Elsa. I can understand that, yeah.
A raccoon with a machine gun outsold Frozen.
Yes.
Think about that and let that sink in.
That's awesome.
You know what that says? You know what that tells me is that Rocket Raccoon should replace Maelstrom.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh!
Oh my gosh.
Replace the troll.
Oh, yeah.
Replace the troll. I'm telling you.
Come on.
Wow. Kristen, that is the most brilliant thing.
The troll has to be Groot. The troll has to be Groot. Going, I am Groot.
Well, that's what he said.
Exactly.
That's what he said.
Now,
it's breaking up too much.
It's breaking up on my end, so I'm only catching part of it.
But there has been a potential third installment mentioned, and we know, as much as this stuff is sold, there will be a third installment. And let's see, executive producer John Benacci was talking about the franchise's future. He stated that, quote, 2015 is not so far, far away anymore, is it? So if that ain't a shot across the bow that it's going to be Star Wars.
You know what? If they go and they release 3.0 before I can get into 2.0 and actually enjoy it, I'm going to be pissed.
Start playing, Chuckles. That's all I got to tell you.
Oh, God.
But
wow. Well, games like this have to grow every.
Yeah. Now where's my? Oh, there it is. Okay. There are still some, like I said, there are still some characters that have yet to be released. From the Marvel side, you still have Green Goblin for the Spider-Man pack. You've got Ronan the Accuser and Yondu for Guardians of the Galaxy. You've got Loki and Falcon for the Avengers, and you've got Princess Jasmine coming on the Disney side of it. And they're going to be coming out in January, February, and March.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's still plenty of original characters that have yet to be released. They just released Donald Duck, for heaven's sake. So
I'm guessing, I would not be surprised if Donald wind out outselling Rocket.
Donald is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to get that figure for anything. So.
Oh yeah. But yeah.
Awesome.
And I tell you, when they do a 3.0, I want to see more play sets. But I tell you what, I want to see more than anything else. I want to see a freaking Gargoyles play set.
I'm sure that could happen.
I would love to see that.
How about if they do that for an exclusive for the park? That'd be kind of cool.
Would you pick me up one when you go?
You know, we've talked about that before. You remember in the past, year or so, we've talked about how they have not really given us much from the actual Disney parks.
Yeah.
As far as I don't want to go out and just say like play sets or anything like that, but just different things that you see in the Disney parks that you can use as a set piece in the toy box, and we haven't seen implementation of that as much.
Now,
which is unfortunate,
Actually, I mean, there's been a few.
There's been a few.
There's room for more. Let's see. You've had Spaceship Earth. You've had Haunted Mansion. You've got It's a Small World. That's what this year you unlock with the Magic Band.
Yeah.
You've also got Space Mountain. And God, I'm trying to think. There's one more, but I cannot think of it right now. But yeah, I mean, it's nice when you get those little unlockables. But yeah, they really need to have one.
Well, that's a suggestion, Disney. There you go. More pieces and collectible pieces from the Disney parks. And you got
Give
a
us
freebie
crap,
from us.
Iger. Excuse
I
me.
think
Don't,
they should
don't give
have
us crap.
I
Give us
think
crap.
having characters that can only be purchased at the parks would be cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, think about this. They also have Disney Store exclusive merchandise. Want to have a DisneyStore.com exclusive merch, Disney Store exclusive merch, as well as Disney Parks exclusive merch. And,
Yeah.
you know, people would, you know, pay a lot of money to get that. I mean, I can't tell you, you know, I travel around for a living. We're talking about Disney Infinity 2.0, and I said, well, I can't tell you how many gray magic bands I have. I was offered $15. 15, not 50, but 15, you know, for a magic band. I'm like, you know, I would have sold it to her if I thought that maybe I had it disconnected from my app. You know, I don't want someone charging stuff on it.
Right.
You know, getting my personal information. It's like, holy cow, now that it's out there. But
On the other
you know,
hand,
I
it'd be cool to see what she's getting on her photo pass. You know.
oh, geez, well. Anyway, moving on. Thank you, Eric, for the video game news. We do appreciate that. In terms of Disney films are concerned, huge numbers this year. Overall, the box office has been very, very slow. You had very poor response from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, poor response from
I can sum that
Godzilla.
up for 2 words: Michael Bay.
Well, there you go. There you go. But there were some really good Disney films released this year under the Disney banner. Let's start off Muppets Most Wanted. It had positive to mixed reviews when it came out. The Pirate Fairy came out on Blu-ray and DVD. Very positive there. And then Captain America, The Winter Soldier. Until that point in the spring, it was the #1 juggernaut of a movie. And everyone loved it and saw it. Kristen, you saw it. You loved it. You know? And I don't think there's anybody here on the panel that had any negative about that. Have anything negative to say about that?
Nope.
Nope.
So there you go. There you go. Now, Disney Nature's Bears was released to very high positive reviews. $1 Million Arm as well. Maleficent was the next big film to come out. And it was
I finally
also a
got to see
mixed
that,
bag.
yeah.
Yeah, what did you think, Jeff?
You know what? I don't know what all the griping and moaning about was. It was a different take on who, you know, Maleficent was. Mm-hmm. Even though Maleficent is known as a villain, in this film you saw a different side, a lighter side, an emotional side, so many different things. And to be honest, I really want to get the movie on DVD now. I mean, I got it, I rented it, you know, watched it. I really want to own Maleficent now because there is just a little bit of everything in that movie. And I don't want to say too much because I know there are still people out there who have not seen the film. But yeah, it's definitely a Disney movie I want to have and own in my collection so I can watch it over and over again because it just entailed that much in the film. And to see a different side of who she is and grew up and so many other different factors. Yes, the story is changed a little bit from what we originally know it as, you know, a Disney animated film, but don't knock it until you see it. It was, like I said before with Frozen and Maelstrom. Don't knock it until you see it. Give it a chance.
Don't knock it. Give it
Try
a chance.
it.
Yeah.
Try it.
Try it.
Now, Kristen, I know that, you know, I have to wonder if this live-action film will have little sprinkles of Disney or Marvel-style weave in, weave out of, like, this once-upon-a-time kind of thing situation going on, because I think there may have been some interesting hints in that film in regards to the Disney universe, as it were. At any rate, Maleficent was released. Planes was released. Once again, mixed reviews on that. But the biggest film of all this year was Guardians of the Galaxy. Once again, awesome box office returns. And I'll put it to you like this, okay? Not only was it the biggest box office film this summer, but the entire year, The worldwide gross. Well, let's start here. The budget. Estimated marketing budget of this film, Guardians of the Galaxy from Marvel Studios, $170 million. Okay?
Wow.
Opening weekend alone, $94,320,833. Worldwide, as of today, this film has grossed $768,190,000,000.
I guess that's covered the cost of what it was to make the film.
You
know?
think?
You
Yeah.
think? Yeah.
Back up the Brinks truck, ladies and gentlemen. This film is, and when it was released on Blu-ray and DVD just a few days ago, it is the #1 Blu-ray, DVD, and digital downloaded movie of all year.
So
Crazy.
is it safe to say that Disney's not going to raise the park admission price next year because of it?
Probably.
I just want to throw that out there.
Based on these numbers, they should go ahead and build Guardians of the Galaxy theme park, right?
I know, right?
I mean, holy crap, man! I mean,
Gee whiz.
yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. So at any rate, that was huge. And just to round off the rest of the year, you had Alexander, the Terrible, No Good, Horrible, Very Bad Day, and Big Hero 6 was very positive as well. And in just a few days, Into the Woods will be released on Christmas Day. So interesting lineup. It seems like Disney just can't do any wrong at this point.
Yeah.
For TV, there was a lot of stuff going on TV. The biggest event happened was on Disney XD, was the release of Star Wars Rebels. Positive reviews, so good, in fact, that they decided to renew it for a second season, even before the first season was put out there. It did so well in testing. And then also the 7D, the Seven Dwarfs movie that many voice actors we've interviewed are appearing in on Disney XD to good reviews as well, was also released. And then let's not forget the trailer for Star Wars The Force Awakens. That's probably the biggest thing, and probably the biggest viral thing, next to and before that was the Avengers Age of Ultron trailer leak that happened, and that was huge. And now Star Wars. So things are looking up for Disney. I can't tell you, and Once Upon a Time, of course, for ABC did really well with the Frozen arc. And what was the other TV show? Of course, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., of course, ended on a very high note. If you haven't seen this season, catch up with it on demand, because I think you're going to love what you see. So
my son has been binge watching the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on Netflix. And I'm going to give him credit. He had the clairvoyant pegged before I did when I was watching it live.
There you go.
I got to give him credit. He said, it's an agent, isn't it? And this was like 3 episodes before Coulson works it out. And
yeah. Well, there you go.
Okay, which one? He says, the new one. You mean Garrett? Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Sorry, did I just spoil it?
Oh, that's all right. It's a year old already, Eric. I think we're okay. But the thing about that is what's that, Jeff?
Out of all you guys, Aljon, when you mentioned, Avengers, Age of Ultron, and then you've got Star Wars, The Force Awakens.
Oh, no.
A look into 2015 right now. Who do each of you think is going to be the big winner out of those 2 movies?
Dude,
wow.
Star Wars is going to win. Star Wars is going to win.
Yeah, gotta agree.
I predict Star Wars is going to win. But the thing is, you'd have to look at box office numbers from, I guess, what is it, the 3 weeks or something like that? Because, Star Wars is going to come out, was it Christmas, if I'm not mistaken? And there are only so many weeks left in the year to compete, where, the Avengers are going to be gosh, it's going to dominate the entire summer. It's going to come out in May, the beginning of May, and it's going to run throughout the entire summer.
We'll have it on DVD by the time the holidays roll around.
Oh yeah, well, it's going to have a complete 3-month run. You know, it's going to be complete. It's going to, by far, it's going to surpass the Guardians of the Galaxy numbers. It's probably going to surpass the original Avengers numbers because now everyone knows what to expect from an Avengers movie, and expectations will be high, very high. And
so opening weekend numbers alone, you think Star Wars is going to beat out Avengers?
Well, let's put into okay. So opening weekend, Guardians of the Galaxy did nearly $100 million, $94 million, and I guarantee you, opening weekend at Star Wars will be that at least. I would say they're going to break. You know, 1 point. I say this right now, okay? Avengers: Age of Ultron will break 1 million on their opening weekend. I have to look and see what numbers they did. So Avengers in 2012, okay, they made. I'm moving. Okay, opening weekend they made 207 million and some change.
Wow.
So I would say that the Avengers would make at least 200 million at least. And Star Wars, I'm going to say they're going to do about 300.
Wow. That's a number right there.
Thing is, I don't see how that's not feasible.
Because everybody who wanted to see the Avengers clamored to see the Avengers on opening weekend. I know Kristen and I did.
So did I.
We're gonna go see Avengers. Now, the biggest draw worldwide of any franchise known to man is not James. It's not Marvel. It's not Indiana Jones, for Christ's sake. It's Star Wars. So when you release, depending on how they release it worldwide, it's very well possible that they could break 300 million. And probably have.
There's only one reason I think Star Wars will do better than Marvel, and it is that nobody has had a Star Wars movie. And when was the last movie released, Aljon?
2005.
203? 5, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it will be 10 plus years since a movie was released. The last time you had a movie that contained an Avenger in it was this year. So you had, it's...
Yeah.
I don't think you can compare, but I think they're both going to do amazing at the box office. But I think the only reason Star Wars will do better is because it has been so long since a movie was released that people are anticipating it so much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's look at 2015 theatrical releases as we look ahead. Okay. We have Cinderella is going to be released. Strange Magic in the beginning of the year, which is the brand new Lucasfilm project, is going to be coming out. You've got Avengers: Age of Ultron, Tomorrowland, Inside Out from Pixar, Ant-Man, and Star Wars. Okay? So all of those movies alone, Disney is literally going to make easy $600 million worldwide.
If not hit $1 billion.
Hit $1 billion, absolutely. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, Inside Out by Pixar is going to make 100. Smith, I think, is what, 200 million by these days. Usually it's 180 million opening weekend. So I would say Ant-Man could do that. I know Inside Out will do that for sure.
Does anybody else get the whole Cranium Command feeling on Inside Out?
No, I tell you what the vibe I get from Inside Out is
I
the
know
old
what you
show Herman's Head.
Herman's Head, yeah, from Fox. One of those, by the way.
Yeah, when I saw that trailer, the first thing that came to mind was Wonders of Life Pavilion and Cranium Command right there. You know, on a grander scale, of course. You know.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's got a lot of fun stuff. That movie Inside Out is going to be smart. It's funny. The footage Kristen and I saw at the D23 Expo, that's just now making its way out there, is phenomenal, and the story's great. Not to mention the fact that Jon Favreau's Jungle Book is coming out, and we have a huge cast, including Bill Murray, that's going to be in the Jungle Book, and that movie is poised to make a huge impact in Disney live action. Look at this. Yeah. Cinderella, Tomorrowland, Jungle Book, and maybe The Good Dinosaur. Okay? From my understanding, The Good Dinosaur may or may not come out on November 25th from Pixar. That's 2 Pixar movies in 1 year. Are you kidding me?
And, well, I mean, hey, you know, Pixar has been on the back burner now for a little while as far as big-time releases. So I think Pixar is due for some big films.
Well, Pixar was supposed to put something together this past year, but they had to move it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and I think that was The Good Dinosaur. I think that it was supposed to be the movie that they were supposed to come out with. So they had to reshoot or whatever. But, I mean, that is a lot. And that doesn't even include, you know, the supposed release of Aladdin 3D or, you know, some other documentaries they may have. Kristen,
yeah.
You had something you wanted to say?
No.
Okay, well, that's just a brief look ahead. A lot of really cool stuff. And by the way, DVD only, Season 2, Volume 2 of Gargoyles, Goof Troop, Tailspin, and DuckTales coming out to DVD for you fans, because I know people are fans of that. Anyway, that's basically it. 2014 was a huge year, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention some of the people who had passed this year. You know, the Disney universe lost a lot of great actors and actresses. Some of note that I will mention, and a lot of people did not know that some of these people had passed. But let's look at, let's see here. Bob Hoskins passed away April 29th. And Bob Hoskins, of course, played the lead role in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And, you know, comedic genius, of course, passed away April 29th. And Eddie Valiant, his role, I don't know if we'll ever see another film like Who Framed Roger Rabbit ever again. An amazing film.
Not to that scope, because I don't think you'll ever be able to get the major film studios to work together like that again.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I don't believe so either. But also notable roles that he starred in Super Mario Brothers. He played Mario for the Hollywood Pictures release, which was also a Disney film, and A Christmas Carol, and he played Fezwig in the Walt Disney motion capture version of Carol in 2009. That was his last Disney role. Another gentleman who had passed away was John Henson, February 14th. He was the Muppet performer and of course, son of Jim Henson. And he played Sweetums in the early 1990s after Richard Hunt, who had played Sweetums, became unable to actually play him. And Richard Hunt, he was known to play Beaker, Statler, and Janice and Scooter. So John Henson had passed away. But I think the biggest impact of any one of those or any actor that had passed away this year of all of entertainment was Robin Williams, and we talked about him at great length. He passed away August 11th, and his Disney credits are quite numerous. I mean, and we talked about our favorite roles of Robin Williams, but he played Popeye in 1980 for the Disney Company, Aladdin, who was a genie, of course. He was also in Aladdin, the King of Thieves, Flubber, Old Dogs, Back to Neverland, and Back to Neverland, of course, was a Disney attraction where he played the Lost Boy with Mr. Walter Cronkite, and he also played the Timekeeper as well. So he will be missed. It's hard to believe he's actually gone, and I think a lot of people and everyone here on this panel thought of him as a very approachable. If we were to meet him, he would be very approachable, very kind, and just one of the guys, you know. What do you guys think about that?
I hate that I'll never get a chance to meet him.
Yeah.
It's just sad. That's all I've got.
It doesn't surprise me that even as recent as yesterday, I still see the Robin Williams tribute videos popping up on social media, and a look back on his career, as far as even Disney, but aside from Disney, from Night at the Museum to Dead Poet Society to Good Morning Vietnam. And here we are, 4 months later, and people still, talking about the fact that he made such an impact on just the world in general, as a person and as a comedian, as an actor, and irreplaceable. Like we've always said, there'll never, be another like him. So, it's,
right.
And the new Night at the Museum movie, is that out yet?
It's going to come out next week.
I know it's either, yeah. Because I know I've seen ads for it on TV. I just, of course, not being in the country, I'm kind of a little
behind.
I can't figure out what's when, where, all of that stuff yet. I haven't quite caught up on after being gone for 16 days. It's a whole nother world over there.
That's true. A whole new world, Kristen. How about that? There's a tie-in. He was inducted as a Disney legend in 2009, and upon his death, Disney CEO Robert Iger released in this statement, quote, "We are deeply saddened by the loss of Robin Williams, a wonderfully gifted man who touched hearts and never failed to make us laugh. An incredible actor and comedic genius, Robin will always be remembered for bringing some of the world's favorite characters to life, from a zany alien on ABC's Mork and Mindy to the genie in Aladdin. He was a true Disney legend, a beloved member of our family, and he will be sorely missed. We join Robin's friends and fans everywhere in mourning and offer our thoughts and condolences to him and his family, at this time." So, absolutely, he will be missed, and it's very rare that you have such a prolific actor take part in Disney park history in terms of voicing attractions and things of that nature. And I think it's really cool that still to this day, I think Kristen and I had walked through, Imagination and looked by, the professors, and, there he is, right there on the wall, and he's going to be there. And I have a feeling, it's fun to see, because he's still smiling. Mm-hmm. He's still in the park. And that is something that a lot of Disney...
It'll be sad when that's gone out of the park, Yeah.
Do you think a person of that caliber... I'm sorry, Kristen, go ahead.
I said it'll just be sad when you no longer have that. Because to me, it's still sad when I go see the Tiki Room. I mean, yeah, the previous version wasn't great, but you had Jerry Orbach's voice. and you had Phil Hartman's voice. And now when you go to that attraction, they're not there anymore. And to me, that's a sad thing when I go and see that, because both of them were, you know,
huge,
fantastic. And now,
well, you know, that's a great thing about, you know, Sorcerer Radio, is that those voices will live on in the attraction audio we play every day on our sister station, right?
Yep.
And no matter what, we have YouTube, we have our shows, our podcast or webcast, where the spirit of Robin Williams at the park will remain alive and well. And so, yeah, and who knows? I mean, the Imagination Pavilion may morph, it may do other things, but hopefully it'll keep those Disney professors alive somehow. So
Night at the Museum was released today.
Oh, it was today. Okay.
It's today. Mm-hmm.
There you go. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, wraps up our final edition of WDW After Dark, live and uncensored, on December 19th, 2014, talking about the year of Disney. And do we have anything else we need to add, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh, speaking of the Imagination Pavilion, Figment got his own 5-issue run with Marvel Comics this year.
Oh, of course. How could we forget Jim Zub, author Jim Zub, who was on our sister podcast, Mighty Marvel Geeks, was interviewed by Mike, and what a great book, by the way. And Disney Kingdoms, yeah, Disney Kingdoms in general. If you haven't picked up the Marvel app or the Marvel Unlimited subscription service app that I happen to have, and Eric, I know you're a Marvel guy now. You've got that app. It's really worth it just to read the books based on the attractions. Kristen and Jeff, you'd love it. The books are great. Disney Kingdoms is a fun series.
I'm sorry.
Oh, and in 2015, not only will Thunder Mountain, yep, Big Thunder Mountain, the story of Big Thunder Mountain will be there, and the artwork looks amazing.
It does.
So definitely an endorsement from Eric and myself to pick that up. But any other last-minute news or information for anybody? For everyone?
Yes. Now through Christmas Eve, you can still save 50% off on Dining at Disney ebooks using code HOLIDAY. So that makes the books $4.99 and $5.99. So all you have to do is visit diningatdisney.com and you can pick them up there. And again, the special discount code is HOLIDAY.
If you're watching this on delayed broadcast, you can check out that link. I'll put that in the show notes for YouTube and our iTunes podcast version, which you can hear on Stitcher Radio, TuneIn, and, of course, iTunes. You can hear it in so many different platforms. So thank you, Kristen, for that. The link is also at WDWAfterDark.com, which, by the way, it has got a couple new sponsors. Just really quick, and we'll let everybody go. If you go visit WDWAfterDark.com, and I'm trying to get there right now, but we are now affiliates of... Where'd it go? Where'd it go? It's loading. Slowly, but loading. Not only do we have Amazon links, but we also have tfury.com. So if you want really great artwork on your T-shirts, and I hope one day Eric Allen's art will be on there, because we need a WDW After Dark T-shirt. But you can pick up stuff there from tfury.com. And as of today, we are now affiliates of Think Geek. So if you want any type of merch, if you like Think Geek, it's one of the #1 geek shops around, whether you like Star Trek or Doctor Who, Marvel, Disney. There's all kinds of stuff you can get from Think Geek, and we'll have that link up and running soon. So, and once again, check out our trips with Will at magicaljourneysvacations.com. Anything else before we wrap things up? That was my little plug there. Well, thank you once again, everyone, for your support. 2014 was a big year for WDW After Dark. As we move in our podcasting and our webcasting and YouTube, please like and subscribe us to our feeds on iTunes and YouTube. We would really appreciate it. And spread the word. Follow us. Every one of our Twitter links are going to be on our show notes as well. Jeff Davis, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at DW_60 and over on Facebook as well.
Shalom, my friend. Stay frothy. And Kristen, where can people find you?
It's diningatdisney.com, as well as Dining at Disney on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, etc.
Mr. Eric Allen.
You can find me on Twitter for the Disney stuff at Sorcom Review. You can also find me for Star Wars and General Weisenheimery at Uncle Servo. You can catch the Sorcom Review on the Facebook page at facebook.com/Sorcom Review as well.
Don't forget, you can check out Eric Allen as a new co-host of Mighty Marvel Geeks, the podcast from the Weeby Geeks Network, much like our show, courtesy of the Weeby Geeks Network, so download his show as well.
Oh.
You can find me Jedi Mouseketeer on Facebook and Twitter, and don't forget to like us, WDW After Dark on Twitter and WDW After Dark webcast on Facebook. Like and subscribe to our YouTube. Do it now. So, happy holidays to everybody. Thank you for your years of support, and we look forward to seeing you in 2015. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas!
Happy New Year!
Hear what? I'm receiving some sort of transmission. Routed through the main system. Routing.
Looking to take a Disney vacation or cruise? Contact Kristen of MagicalJourneysVacations.com. Magical Journeys is an authorized Disney vacation planner. Kristen will get you the best price available and continue to search for deals until the day you travel, taking the worry out of planning your fantastic vacation. Kristen can help plan your dining reservations and answer any questions you may have. She'll even send you maps from the parks. So contact Kristen of Magical Journeys for your next cruise or Disney vacation. Contact Kristen of Magical Journeys at MagicalJourneysVacations.com. So what are you waiting for? Book today at MagicalJourneysVacations.com.
Wow! That sounds great! I want to go! Well, you can't. Why not? Because we have to stay at our posts and keep rebel scum like him out.
Book today at MagicalJourneysVacations.com.
Crisis for the geek kind. Top geek officials admit they underestimated the hipsters' defense capability. Join the geek revolution and save the galaxy. Geeks from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. They're doing their part. Are you? Want to know more? Join Weeby Geeks and the Geek Revolution and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship. Listen to Weeby Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher or online at WeebyGeeks.net. Weeby Geeks, your voice for the Geek Revolution. Want to know more?
The new sound of Sorcerer Radio. Version 3.0.
Sorcerer Radio presents the Sorcerer Radio app version 3.0.
We have the technology.
Check out our brand new Sorcerer Radio app for all iDevices as well as Android devices.
Better, stronger, faster.
Streaming Disney music 24/7. App highlights include a new broadcast window that shows you what you're listening to and what's coming up next.
Hot dog.
Multitasking so you can listen to SR as well as perform other tasks on your iPhone.
Gorge.
Listener access to all of our daily shows. The new interface, a new buffered stream, auto reconnect when signal is lost, visual EQ, pause, rewind, and scrub features,
My goodness.
and the new SR info area. Get your virtual Disney World fix today with the new Sorcerer Radio app version 3.0 from Sorcerer Radio.
Be careful with that. It's extremely dangerous.
SRSounds.com.